evening, Canada. In light of recent tragic events, we have brought into our studio a specialist to speak on the viral outbreak that has taken this world by storm. He's going to talk to us about what you can do to prevent it and how you can potentially save your family. Thank you for coming, Dr. Clarkson.
Thank you for having me, Bobby.
So, please give us some insight as to who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm the head researcher at the Art Institute of Vancouver. My work involves researching deadly viruses and contagion. I also work on preventative measures that can be used to withstand and hopefully prevent full global contamination.
Very interesting. So, as we all know, this outbreak has caused mass panic and hysteria. And for those watching, I'm sure that they're all very anxious to understand how the disease works and what common man can do to combat it.
Well, the disease is rather simple. The disease works on 3 levels. On the molecular level, the virus excretes a chemical called bongric acid into the bloodstream, which causes the next chain of events in which the virus deteriorates certain neural pathways of the brain. The final outcome of this is when the deteriorated circuits cause a complete loss of control of all human body or bowel movements.
I'm sorry, doctor, but I know for probably most of our viewers, myself included, we don't quite understand all the medical terminology. So could you put that into layman terms?
Well, to put it quite simply, the virus makes your bum open and you can't keep your poo in.
So that could be fatal?
Well, in most cases, we find subjects becoming increasingly dehydrated. This can lead to severe headaches and abdominal cramping. In more immediate cases, the subjects find their body excreting waste so quickly that they have brain aneurysms.
Okay, so could you put that into layman terms again? I'm sorry.
You poop so hard you die?
Oh my gosh. So this is happening all over the world?
We've had reports from everywhere.
Well, then could that not affect, say, the ozone?
Well, we've been monitoring methane levels in the atmosphere, and since the outbreak, methane levels have increased 165%.
Is this comparable to, say, the cow flatulence event of 2007?
The cow flatulence event of 2007 was a fart in the wind compared to what we're dealing with now.
And the military is doing nothing?
Well, not just the military, but the entire government has remained completely silent on the matter.
Well, speaking about the government, I mean, we've all heard about the 17 drownings at Sunnyside Daycare the other day. They had nothing to say about that. Was this related to the disease at all?
Well, actually, we found the disease was the prime factor in that tragic incident. Once the children became afflicted, there was no stopping the rampant increase of waste. Factored together with the small confines of the daycare, it was a recipe for disaster.
So, are there any preventative measures being taken to prevent something like that from happening again?
Well, initial testing has been done in our Vancouver laboratory, suturing the sphincters of the infected. Tainted.
Wait. Okay, so are they infected or are they tainted? And is that a humane way to classify them? I mean, we're not talking zombies here, so...
Well, there's no real other way of putting it. There's no getting around the taint.
Okay, well, let's go back. You were speaking about sphincters.
Yes. Well, first we sutured the sphincters closed. The only way to get around the rapid build of excrement is to surgically graft a fecal removal device which manages the waste, allowing the user to decide when to release. The device also recycles some of that waste into the body, which helps with dehydration.
Okay, and I think we spoke before the show and you said you had a visual example for us as with one of these devices working.
Yes, actually streaming live from our lab, we have one of our lab technicians using an early prototype.
Okay, well, let's go to that. Wow, that was simply amazing.
Yes, actually, I have a more recent model here on set to show everyone at home.
Oh my, this is quite comfortable looking. It's fairly stylish.
Yes, we've developed it using synthetic polymesh, most comfy form-fitting device we've ever developed for sure.
Yeah, it does look comfortable. How much can it hold?
It can hold up to 17 liters of waste.
Wow, that is simply amazing. That probably would be quite heavy after.
Yeah, it can get rather heavy once it's full, but we find that the benefits far outweigh any alternatives that we've developed so far.
Well, this looks fantastic. I'm sure that it will bring hope to the billions of people affected by this virus throughout the world. Are you, oh,
I'm sorry, I'm getting a page.
oh,
It's an emergency. I have to leave.
I hope it's not dire. Well, I guess we're done. Farewell, Dr. Clarkson.
Thank you for having me.
Godspeed. Well, to those of you at home that are afflicted by this, you have our deepest sympathies, and our prayers go out to you and your families. Hopefully, soon, a cure will be found. Until then, we will have Dr. Clarkson's poop packs. But until a cure is found, we will have to use them, and yeah, this is just a truly tragic day in the human race. So once a cure is found, we will all be able to stand together and hold our holes closed for freedom and justice. Good night, Canada.